Hello, I am Burble Mantequilla, and Clam Man Open Mic is the demo for Clam Man 2. The game isn't out, but the demo apparently is for the first day, in-game day. So we're going to play that. How are you doing? It is the comeback of Clam Man, Clam Mania. We're going to jump in. There it is. I've got something stuck on my lip. Sorry about that. New game. Left click to move. Oh, it's laid out different. It's like we're looking down into it. Okay. Do you see my mouse? I don't know that you do. I don't think you do. Oh, you do. Okay. Okay. Last time you did not see my mouse pointer. This time around you do. So I can point at things with my mouse and you'll know what I'm talking about. Oh! So there's nothing interactable. Oh, this is just showing me how to move, I'm assuming. Okay. Choose your archetype. Choose one of the archetype clams above or create your own custom clam. Is that a fool? A singer? Anxious? Is that observational? Just because I don't know what this is. Oh, custom. Okay. That's custom. Okay. $40. Okay, don't have $40. Nervous genius. Star-crossed semantic. You like to get physical, express yourself through your body. You also believe in karma, but karma doesn't believe in you. You're a moron. You don't give a shit. Why bother with big, smart, and long word when loud yell and strong confidence? No. Abnormally gifted, observational kill. I don't have mental calculus. Absolute coward. Only thing worse than a phone call is a conversation in person. Well, I don't like phone calls, but I don't mind conversations in person. Star-crossed semantic. Okay. Ooh, look. Little things down here. Use the scroll wheel or click and drag to see additional dialogue options. One new email. Never mind the email. Where am I? What's going on? Detection average. Saw the notification from Pete. Open the email. What's going on? In your cubicle at the Snacky Bay Prime Mayonnaise office, this is your job. You sell mayonnaise. You don't love it. I mean, it's still here even after the first game. Yeah, you have no ambition. None at all. In the options, there's a thing you can click that says, yes, I have played the first game. And apparently that then mentions the first game. If you click that you haven't, mentions of it treats it like it's a standalone for you. So the mentions of the first game is the thing that I click to let it know that I've played. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. I don't want to be whatever it is. I want to be cool. No, give me ambition then, you prick. Well, read that email. Maybe it contains an inciting event that sets you on a path of self-discovery and adventure. I open the email. Quest added. Incredibly important and urgent business message. Top secret. Hey man, come to my office ASAP. Something cool finally happened. Tell nobody. Something tells me this isn't business related at all. Count me in. Sent, done, go get it, Clam Man. Lindsay! Weren't you arrested? Okay. Lindsay's eyes don't drop from the ceiling lights above her. Her voice is flat, her expression blank.
Hey, you taking a break too?
We got voice acting! Why are you on the floor? She shrugs, the backs of her shoulders scraping against the cold grey floor.
Didn't feel like sitting.
So what exactly are you doing?
I can't work, so I'm staring up at the ceiling. It's easier on the neck this way.
Aquadynamics above average. She's not wrong. Her office chair doesn't bend far enough back. Look up at the ceiling. You squint up at the web of vents and white lights. It's not particularly interesting.
I mean, there's nothing there. I'm just kind of staring through it.
Would be nice if we could turn off the lights for a bit. Stick some fluorescent star stickers on there or something. She's probably joking about that last part. I guess, can I ask you about something else? What's your position in the company? Same as you, sales. How many years have we been here again? 6, 8, 12? She watches you continue your dialogue options but cuts you short. What a shame. Don't answer that. I'll see you later, Lindsay. Okay. My office 5 minutes. Okay. Repertoire. Right click a joke to learn more about it. Okay, we've got a little map. The air in this corner of the office is thick with static electricity, the smell of rubber and quiet, frustrated exhaustion. Eric, the head of IT, pays you little attention. Denzel, the legs of IT, is resting.
I'll have a look at it when I have time. You need to wait your turn. Have a nice day.
Have a look at what?
Whatever's wrong with whatever you've got.
As long as it's a computer.
Obviously.
Did either of you happen to get an email from Pete? Directly from Pete? No. From Cheryl? Yes. Just this morning I've got Aaron demonstratively hammers a sequence of keys. I want to say 10, 12 actually. 15. He turns to stare at you for a moment, letting the decidedly disappointing double digits sink in. So did he mention he had a very, very cool thing to show you? Denzel tilts his head towards you. No, what's up? I literally don't know. I was hoping you would. We don't. Must not be important. Wish it was. Wish we did. You guys doing okay? Need anything? Some peace and quiet would be nice. See you guys later. Bye.
You're back.
What's up? Again.
Okay, so no matter which one you talk to, you get the thing. As you stop by Herman's cubicles, your nostrils are assaulted by the heavy scent of something. Detection not good enough. It stings like hot rubber on melting plastic. Not quite strong enough to be either of those things, though maybe it will be momentarily. Herman doesn't seem to care, however, and instead aggressively keeps watch over the cubicle aisle.
Things seem quiet. Almost too quiet. Can I trust you?
Why are you being so intense?
Because I'm up to some intense shit. That's why. Now, can I trust you?
Sure. Herman eyes you up and down. You get the sense he's looking for something. A wire, a concealed weapon, anything.
All right. I'll take a chance on you. See, I'm doing some light renovations inside the fort. Some of the foundations, they have to go. I'll be square with you. Things might get loud. Things might get messy. I'm going to keep an eye out. You're going to follow instructions. Got it?
What exactly am I supposed to be doing, Herman?
You're on a need-to-know basis right now. It'll be clear in time. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready, Herman. Let's do whatever it is we need to do. Good, alright, listen here. Herman produces a large folded sheet of industrial paper. The sides are stiff and bleached, almost sharp enough to cut your fingers on. As you try to take a closer look, Herman pulls the sheet back. Not so fast, trustworthy or not, there are some things I need to make crystal clear before you proceed. Say nothing. You shift your attention to the sheet of paper as Herman speaks. Your gaze is focus-centered, your expression is blank. A few emotions surge inside you, but on the exterior you are unfazed. Herman likewise nods approvingly. You've shown that you can follow instructions, and that's one major concern settled. He lets go of the sheet and ushers you inside the fort. Go on, get to it. Once inside, Herman takes up his post outside the fort again. As he keeps an eye out for opposing military action, presumably, you squat down with a paper sheet. It's almost entirely covered by scribbles and printed pictures. Instructions, apparently, illegible not due to their presentation, but rather their content. There's something else in the fort, a box full of things, stuff, bits and pieces. You see some similarities between the figures on the instruction sheet and the gizmos in the box. Presumably these things go together, somehow. Improv. Success. You start off simple, some nuts and bolts go together, obviously, and those 4 sticks of something, they clearly need to line up. There's slots for the electronics here, there and there. There's a few cables too. This should be easy. Work your magic. As you look down at the fruit of your labour, you see it for what it is, a small high-powered explosive charge with the capability of turning concrete into rubble. And you built it all by yourself. Go you! You glance back down at the last paragraph in the instructions. Install the device in the appropriate location. As you lift your eyes from the page, you spot a shovel sticking out of the concrete floor. Some effort has been made to dig, but the hole is shallow and clearly not sufficiently large to house the device. Grab the shovel and re-hole the hole. Bury the device in the floor as intended. Stand up and let go of the device. Let gravity and lazy fortune do... Well, I'm assuming if you let go of it, it's going to blow up. You begin digging. It's hard, arduous work, but you get there. Eventually, you find that you'd fit nicely in the hole yourself. In you go, little buddy. You tuck the device into the clam-made crevice in the floor, and there it is, perfectly embedded between a large chunk of concrete and a straight hedge of rebar. It's not going anywhere, and it's a solid arm's length into the concrete. As you admire the quality of the hole, you feel slightly aroused. Even if you wanted to pull it out, it's not going anywhere. A quick glance at the instructions and you're fairly confident. This thing is exactly where it needs to be. That is, it's exactly where Herman wants it to be. Herman, I think I did it. Herman's reply is straight to the point. Then get out of there fast. You slip out of the cubicle and circle around him, still on the lookout for intruders and snitches. Herman lowers his voice, eyeing you carefully. So you sorted out the construction? Think so, but real quick, was that a bomb? Herman stares past you into the fort. Good. and I trust it's where it should be. It's supposed to be in the hole, right? In the hole. It's in the hole. Good, he sizes you up for a moment and then begrudgingly nods gratefully. Seems I understand you. Well done. He won't forget this. Herman takes one ominous step closer. But you should. Got it? Now go. Get going. Never speak of this again. Happily. Move on. Later, Herman. Rashida, the company lawyer, seems to be out of office. You have no clue where she's gone. Staff schedule, whiteboard controls your corporate life. Okay, there's nothing else to experience there. Copy corner. Copy machine along with other tools related to copying, cutting and pasting. Tools of the trade even for mayonnaise peddlers. Cheryl Pete's secretary and Snacky Bay prime mayonnaise veteran doesn't move her eyes from her phone. Instead acknowledges your presence with a quick sigh.
Oh hey, I assume you got Pete's email?
Yeah, any idea what it's about?
Nope, no clue. It's not work related, I'll tell you that much. If it was, I would have written it myself. Look, whatever he's up to, just humor him. That way he can get back to work quicker.
What's up with you? Anything new? Look, I'm not in the mood for small talk. Sorry, it's not you, it's everything. I'm part of everything, aren't I? Mm-hmm. Anything I can do for you? A task or something? Cheryl pauses, her initial rejection giving way to an impossible number of work-related tasks she's dealing with at the moment. Eventually she sighs again and checks something else on her phone. From where you're standing, it looks like a schedule. Pretty sure you've got stuff to do already. It's fine. Thanks for asking, though. You sure? I think so. Ask me tomorrow. It'll be a whole other story. What are you doing on your phone? Aren't you supposed to be working? I am working. Scheduling, messaging, marketing, community management. I've got it all right here. Faster with my thumbs and my fingertips. Since you asked, help me out. Need a quick tagline for our next. She cringes and a shudder passes through her body. Vanilla flavoured mayo. Short and sweet. Got any ideas? Mayonilla, 2 nothing flavours combined into something. She stops, thinks it over and taps into her phone. Better than what I had, thanks. Come on, Cheryl. Doesn't Pete deserve a break? We all deserve breaks, doesn't mean we're getting them. In Pete's case, he's got about 35 things he needs to go over before this afternoon. And if he's not done, I'm not done. And I really don't feel like staying late again. You had a lot of overtime lately? Only overtime. I'll let you get back to work.
Oh, hey, hey, dude, you're here. Good.
His voice shakes with enthusiasm and eagerness poorly concealed. This is Pete, your best friend, and for the past few years, your boss. He also hates his job. And he tried to kill you without really meaning to in the first game.
I got something really cool to show you.
Alright, what's up? Pete tries to contain a series of exhilarated nods. He flails and his head shakes uncontrollably. It's out in the hallway. The elevators, dude. Let's go now. Are you going to show me or what? Of course, dude. Come on, let's go.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what exactly are we doing again? Work probably, but that can wait. We've got some really, really cool shit to do. The hallway elevator man, let's go. How are you doing? He taps the floor with the tips of his feet, eyebrows raised. I mean, things are looking up right now. We've got something to do, you know. Does this mean we're taking a day off? Man, I wish, dude. Guess we'll see. Remind me how come... I know why he's the boss. Let's do it. I ask myself that every day. His voice tinted with regret as if recalling a bad memory. Oh, you remember our old boss, Bossman? I do. Well, as it turned out, he was working for the mob, who was in turn were working for the corrupt mayor. Once you put Bossman behind bars, the mayor needed someone else in charge of the company. That was me. I remember him saying I was easily manipulated. Told me he'd shut down the whole place if I didn't do it. So I did. Easily manipulated was right. Yeah, he got you good. Played you like a damn fiddle. The saddest fiddle in the world. Anything you can tell me about the co-workers? I guess so. Anyone particular in mind? What's up with the IT guys? Aaron Senior, if that's what you're asking. He's been around since we still use floppy disks. Pete stops for a moment, turning towards the IT corner in the office and desperately trying to think of something personal and descriptive. I think he likes numbers. Denzel's a good dude, just kind of does his thing, you know? Which is IT, I guess, whatever it is. Cheryl's your secretary, right? He nods. I'd be dead in the water without her. She's the one that handles all the business and paperwork stuff. She tells me what to sign, where to go, what to do, and what to say mostly. Sounds like she's the boss. I wish, man, I'd promote her and quit if I could. What about Lindsay? Lindsay, he lowers his voice and takes a step closer to you. I think Lindsay's depressed. You instinctively glance over towards her desk. Last time you saw her, she was laying flat on the cubicle floor, staring into the ceiling. What gave it away? I'm not sure. Running his hand across his chin, he continues in a more serious tone. She hasn't been signing off her emails with "Have a great day" lately. I didn't see Rashida in the office today. How about her? I've actually been talking to her a lot more recently. She's nice, but what? She's very legal. Kind of hard to talk to, you know, as one person to another. It's like she's holding back, I guess. I'd rather talk to Rashida than Rashida the lawyer, if you know what I mean. Say no more. Literally, I have other questions. That's all I need to know. You got it, dude. Okay. I just want to make sure... Yeah, oh, there you go. You can see I clicked and told them that I played the original game. I'm just bringing the voice acting up a bit more. Because they seem to be talking... At least for me, they seem to be talking quite low. Oh, hold on. My off is 5 minutes, okay. Oh, apparently. Oh, I thought. There's another. Are you going to push me down an elevator shaft?
Yeah? What's up, dude?
What exactly are we doing? Work. Okay. Hallway elevator. Echoes of light metallic taps and clanks climb their way up the elevator shaft. The low, peaceful rumbling of the bowels of Snacky Bay Prime Mayonnaise office building. The relaxed breathing of a giant concrete behemoth. It sounds normal, like there's no cause for alarm. Peaceful. All is well in Snacky Bay, and for the first time in a while, Pete seems excited about something. Amazing, an elevator shaft. I can't believe it.
That's not even the best part, dude. This is what I wanted to show you.
Pete takes a single deep breath as if taking in the view, pointing towards a space formerly occupied by an elevator. He clarifies.
Remember our old boss? This is his old private elevator. After he, disappeared, there was no way of getting inside. It just sat there. Until today.
He takes a step forward, carefully scanning the inside of the shaft. It might have short-circuited or something, because it just shot up through the roof this morning. Wait a minute, it broke through the roof? Like a bullet, man, just burst through the rocket. Must have been one powerful elevator. Did you check the roof? Was there anything left? Yeah, total wreck, man. Debris and crap everywhere. And we had to tear open the doors to check the inside the elevator. He almost stumbles over his own words as he continues. That's the other cool thing. What we did find was a secret compartment of floor buttons, dude. Extra floor buttons. And one of them was below the ground floor. You know what that means? There's a secret floor in our office building. That's definitely not what I expected this to be about. I know, finally something interesting. Honestly, dude, this CEO deal kind of sucks. It's just work on work on work, and I'm just about ready to lose it. I needed this, man. My sanity needed this. I'm happy for you, man. It's hard to tell if he's more excited for the secret floor or your reaction. Either way, Pete is over the moon. You haven't seen him smile like this in a long time. Not since he knocked you unconscious. So how do we get down there? Hesitation. He didn't think of that until now. I don't know. It's just kind of hard to jump. Is it too high to jump? Come up with another way into the secret floor. Maybe we can climb down. Any ideas? There's some people coming to fix the elevator. We could wait for them and then ask them for help. Maybe we could climb down somehow. You think we could? Acrodynamics. I think the odds are in my favour. He scratches his head. If you think you can do it, I guess I'll follow your lead. Come up with another way into the secret floor. Pete already went up, right? Maybe to go down, except not in the shaft. Maybe the secret floor is just on a lower floor, you know, on street level. Oh yeah, smart dude. How did you think of that? I have high improv. I don't know what it is. Probably means I don't have it anyway. Anyway, I should go check the street straight away. Okay. Do you want to find this secret floor or not? Come on, let's go. Oh man, I can't wait. The second elevator is out of commission too, so we can just take the stairs. It is? Why? Pete's eyes dart between you and the open shaft between the two of you. Well, I don't know if I mentioned it clearly enough, but the other one literally went through the roof. That's 2 safety violations already, at least. Yeah, but this one seems fine, no? For now, I guess. I'm just telling me what I got told. Makes sense to me, too. What if this one decides to go through the roof as well? Point taken. Let's take the stairs. Yeah, let's move it. Climb elevating movement. Okay. Sales, non-sales, buys. Oh, can't go that way. Doors on the elevator remain shut and doesn't appear to be in use. Dylan Dunker, Employee of the Month.
I feel stupid for not noticing this before.
I think this sign is new. His surprise passes replaced by excitement. What do you think is in there? A bar? He nods with unbridled enthusiasm. Oh man, how sick would that be? This is great. This is like the little adventure, just like the old days. You're really not digging the CEO lifestyle, are you? It's not all bad, I guess. It's just mostly bad. Anyway, let's focus on this for now. Come on. Lead the way, dude. Uh-oh. It's locked, isn't it? It's locked. What's wrong? It's locked. It's fine. Give me a second. Sure, what are you doing? Knock on the door. Find a way to pick the lock. Try to kick the door down. After looking around for a second, you find a bobby pin. What's a bobby pin? Sweet, the natural predator of all locks. That's it, Chief. You enter a zen-like mode as you straighten out the pin and start picking at the lock. How'd you pick locks anyway? Good question. No one really knows the exact procedure, but for the layman, it's usually enough to just stick it in there and rotate it until you hear clicky sounds. Sounds reasonable. Does it? Does it really? Doesn't take you long until the lock gives in a satisfying click and the door swings open. Pete rushes up behind you. Nice job, dude. Let's have a look inside. Head inside. As you step in, you see a large opening to a dark room. This is probably where the elevator would be. Ahead of you, there's a small lobby-like space with a fancy door. Check out the dark room. You can't see much, but you can smell the moisture in the air and the rust of the steel beams. Let's go see what's behind the fancy door. The door is unlocked and smoothly swings open. You walk in.
Whoa! What is all this? This is the coolest basement I've ever seen. And I used to live in a basement.
The smoky carpet, the dim lighting, the inescapable feeling that you've disturbed the sanctity of this place by being here outside of opening hours. This is a bar. Has to be. Someone's running a bar from the basement of an office building. This is a very confusing basement. There's no way you didn't know about this. It raises an eyebrow. How many times have you ever been down here? Why would anyone ever go into the basement? I mean, especially after the promotion, I'm busy all the time. I don't have time to go around visiting basements. I barely have time to sleep. Had I known we had a bar down here, I might have been down sooner.
It's not a bar, it's a club.
The bartender doesn't look up from her work. She's barely paying you to any mind.
I'm Tilda. I'm the bartender.
It's a club! Of course. I was thinking it was a bar, but it's a club.
What's the difference between a bar and a club?
Both serve drinks, clubs serve entertainment.
Cool, so what kind of club is this exactly?
The funny kind.
The basement kind.
No, the comedy kind.
Of course.
You said they, so this isn't your club? No, I just take care of the bar. So who owns it? They're at one of the tables. Talk to them instead, not me. She points towards the empty tables and chairs. From one of the corners you can hear voices in conversation. How is it legal? How come no one knew about this? Because we haven't opened yet. Like I said, the place has been here for a couple of months. We've barely had time to get things in working condition. She looks over to the bar for a second. Well, I say working condition. Pete squints, his tone ever so slightly tinted with a hint of authority. How come we didn't know, though? This is our building. We own it. Look here, fish boy. So confident all of a sudden, she looks up at Pete, who quickly becomes void of any trace of authority. You don't own the basement. City law. Anything beneath the ground floor can be rented out without the consent of the post-surface owner. Let's do it. I mean, that's what I think at least, that's what I heard. Raise it higher. I mean, I could be wrong. Raise it higher. Alright, fine. There's technically regulations against it. There's technically sanctions against it. The owners are doing it for the benefit of the community. No one gets hurt. This isn't some kind of scam. There, I told you. Just for the love of God, stop trying to flirt with me. I don't swing that way. Convince her you weren't flirting. Yeah, it's not like this was going to be difficult. Hello, I am Clam Man. Oh, you weren't flirting. You're just an idiot. We're good then. I don't think I've ever heard the term post-service before. Obviously, you're not very familiar with city law. It's the same as post-unemployment, post-tax, and post-post. Post-post? Email. Rented it out without consent. That can't be right. You better believe it, otherwise we wouldn't be here. Let me ask you about something else. How long have you been here in the basement?
Only since this morning. I sleep at home.
I mean at the bar. How long has it been here?
About 3 months, I think. I started working here 2 months back after I left my last gig.
Talk to the owners. You go ahead, man. I'm going to take this place in. Sure, I'll be right back. He doesn't respond. He's overcome with awe, smiling like a kid. You're back. Wait, didn't you used to work at the Blue Oyster Club? She stops and then looks up at you with horror. Oh God, I knew I recognised you. Give me one good reason not to throw you out right now. Me? No, you got me mistaken with someone else. I'm Clarence Mannington. She studies you carefully like a predator stalking its prey. If that's the case, then no, we don't talk about the Blue Oyster Club. A moment of silence passes until she adds with a hiss, Clarence Mannington. How's it going? I don't do small talk. What do you want? Need help with anything? Not from you. I'll let you get back to work. The triad, the three owners seem to be deep in thought. The large guy and the short girl either don't notice you or don't pay you any mind. It's hard to tell. The guy on your left, however, sees you approach and brightens up a little.
Whoa, fresh face. Hey man, how's it going? How did you get in here?
Didn't we lock the door? Al, didn't you lock the door?
Yeah, I locked the door. Look, sorry man, we're not open.
Guys, come on, we were just talking about this.
Ah, about random dudes breaking in and strolling up to us like they're expecting casual conversation. Uh-huh. What conversation were you having?
Clay, I get what you're saying. This isn't it.
Isn't what? People? We need people. Even if it's just one person.
I am Clam Man.
I mean, yeah. Checks out. Mystery solved.
Didn't mean to interrupt anything.
Don't worry, man. Tensions are a little high. We're just dealing with something.
Ugh, that's an understatement. I'm Al.
You can call me Al.
Yeah. Hi. I'm Edna.
I'm Clayton. Welcome to the Poseidon. He gestures towards his companions. This is our club. Why are you guys running a comedy club in our basement?
We've always wanted to run a comedy club. Into the ground.
Ha.
I love what you've done with the place.
Thanks, dude. I mean, we haven't done much. It's a start.
Most of the interior is done. Bar's done too.
All we need now is to lure a crowd into the basement. I know, it sounds like a lot of fun.
So who are you guys? We're comedians. Oh, neat. I work in a sad grey office. I've heard a lot of good things about them. Is it true they actually consume and destroy your dreams? Clayton gestures to his colleagues. So me and Edna were doing the same venues for a while and got to know each other. Al here just got back into doing live stuff. Got tired of corporate gigs and open mics in bars. Figured it was time Snacky Bay got a real club. A club for comedians, run by comedians. That sounds awesome. When you guys opening? The owners share a defeated sigh. We're supposed to open tonight, so in about 9 hours. That's great, right? It would be, I guess. Problem is we kind of didn't do any marketing. Me and my friend didn't even know you guys were here. We work in the same building. No shit. Alice contemplating something and eventually asks you, "You're not doing anything right now, are you?" I should be at work, honestly. I never do anything besides break-ins. Oh, I see what you're saying. Do you think you could help us out? Help with what? Getting the word out. Letting people know we're opening, that we exist. I mean, you came across our secret underground legal lair. You're going to tell someone no matter what, right? Sure, I can tell people about your club. Sweet, thanks, man. That's a huge load off our shoulders. Self-awareness average. Coincidentally, you feel like a huge load has been placed on you. Weird, huh? That's one problem solved. On to the next, I guess. We're one act short of a show. Everyone we know is booked. Right now, it's just the three of us. Clayton nods and chuckles. You don't happen to do stand-up, do you? Think of a joke. These guys are comedy nerds. Hit them with some classic deadpan. My boss is hard to convince, so I told him I needed the day off because I hurt my foot. I really had to nail it. That's so dry, I like it. What a dad joke. The father of all jokes. Shut up. Not bad, it's definitely a start. If you're up for it, we need another comic for the opening. There's a first time for everything. Sure, why not? What could worse could happen? Total and utter destruction of your body and mind, but that's statistically unlikely. Great, we got a full show. Excellent, appreciate it, my dude. Yeah, don't worry, we're just fucking around. You'll do fine. Alright, here's the plan. We get the place ready for tonight. Tilda gets the bar top shape. You get in touch with a newspaper or something, get the word out. How does that sound? What about me? What's my routine? Don't worry about it. Just get out there. As long as you observe the world around you and talk to people, you'll think of something to joke about. How many jokes do I need? You don't need to go on for long, just a few minutes. Something like 3 good bits should be enough. Come up with 3 jokes. Got it. Bits. We call them bits. Where do I find the inspiration? Just talk to people, help them, listen to them, do shit. The world is an absurd place. There's plenty to joke about. Okay, that sounds easy enough. How do I get the word out? Don't bother running around just telling random people. Find someone with reach. A journalist, a media guy, something like that. Try to make the news if you can. Alright, I can totally do this. Awesome, alright, we'll get everything set up here. Come back when you have some jokes and we'll help you workshop. Don't stress too much about it, right? Everything can be made funny. Good luck, my dude, and let your friend know before you go. I'm worried he's going to stand there forever if you don't. When you look just slightly to the right, you spot another brick in the wall, then another. Doesn't stink of beer and spit. Must be new. Come one, come all, get funny. The clam elevating moment. He's silent, as awestruck as you left him. Got some news for you, buddy. He doesn't take his eyes off the sea of chairs and tables. Oh yeah? What's up? I'm gonna do stand-up. His jaw hits the floor. No way. No way. My best friend's gonna be a comedian. Dude, that's awesome. I'm kind of excited. Imagine how I feel, dude. I'm so stoked. This is the best thing ever. What are you gonna joke about? Office work? That whole conspiracy ordeal from a few years ago? That sounds like a good idea, actually. Well, dude, whatever it is, you're gonna kill it. Take as much time off from work as you want, dude. I mean it. I guess we should get going. Are you done here? Sure, let's go. Lead the way, man. I guess we can exit the way we came.
Mystery solved, huh? It's a comedy club. In the basement of my own company.
Can't believe it. Suddenly he freezes. All the excitement begins to drain from his face as he glances up the street towards the office entrance. I gotta get back to work, man. You take the day off though. You gotta work on your routine. You know what? Take as many days off as you like. I can't wait to see you up on stage cracking jokes. Thanks, dude. Dude, of course, I gotta run. See you later, alright? Shoot finger pistols until he leaves. He looks a little confused, but kind of shakes it off and heads off. Keep doing finger pistols. He eventually fires a few finger pistols back at you. See you, Pete. A smile. Have fun, man. Tell me about it later. The street is empty, which in turn makes it easy to notice the little things. As the most dominant little thing right now is the man across the street outside the cafe. Looks like he wants to talk to you. Your call, Chief. Come on, get funny. You promised to get the word out. Okay. Jellyfish, not very jelly, not particularly fish. Dirt and dust are gathering in the lanky mackerel's shop. It is unclear whether or not he's intentional. Hey, you. You noticed an embroidered name on his apron. Mac. I saw you leaving across the street. Are you with those people? The gang at the Poseidon? Yeah, I am. He grunts. His mopping intensifies to the degree that the handle almost snaps. Why are you mopping the asphalt? Because we're closed and I'm not going to pay someone to do something I can handle by myself anyway. Why did you ask about the Poseidon? Because I know the kind of business and I know it's bad business. You'll be gone within a week, trust me. Club will be gone? Why? You'll see. Wherever you say, see ya. He grunts thee a farewell. Both tables and cafes seem empty. Lights inside are off, apart from the one or two in the back. Alley, downtown. Oh, it's my friend! Everyone's everyone's favourite homeless conspiracy theorist and one of your oldest friends in Snacky Bay. You can't tell what he's reading, but he's tearing through whatever book it is. His eyes don't leave the page as he acknowledges you. Just a second. His reading intensifies as he tears through the current pages in a matter of seconds. There, sorry, I was in the middle of a really good part. What's up? Good book, huh? Really good book. He turns the front towards you so you can read it. It says, Temporality, Just a Prawn in Time, written by Magnus Atom. He turns the cover towards himself, studying it as he continues. It's a strange mixture of fiction, autobiography, and philosophy. That is a strange mix, but it works surprisingly well, I might add. It's a story about time travel, essentially. The main character is quite obviously a representation of the writer in his own work. Quite obviously. Anyway, it's not the story itself that's the most interesting part, it's the way the book deals with time. What is time to you? Same as everyone, I guess, a series of events. So time is linear. Yeah. Why? What do you mean why? There's a past and a present. Does that mean time is linear flow from point A to point B, one-dimensional? If so, does it have a start and an end? And if so, where are those endpoints? Before you have time to respond, he lets out a laugh. They're just questions. Brain teasers without answers. That's essentially what the book is about. Relatively topology of time. How we represent time and how we perceive time, and as well as how that shapes our view of the concept. Why does any of this matter? I don't know, maybe it'll become useful later on. Anyway, I'm sorry to have derailed the entire conversation. Was there something you wanted to talk about? In large bold letters, the words "the duck is nigh," a warning but a hopeful one. Bill notices you looking at it. You want it? Are you not a conspiracy nut anymore? Not really, not since the Duck of Truth stopped being a myth. After I stopped raising awareness about the duck, I picked up new hobbies. He raises his book. Turns out that reading and educating yourself is kind of counterproductive to conspiracy theory. How? Reading makes you less stupid, and conspiracy theory kind of requires you to be stupid. Conspiracy theories are fun, no? He grins. Hell yeah, they are. But there's a difference between having fun and believing them, and there's always someone stupid enough to believe. Let's talk about something else. I haven't forgotten, but the duck, you don't remember? The Duck of Truth at Snacky Bay's very own vigilante superhero, a crime-fighting Antinde that knows kung fu and makes everyone in his vicinity super honest. We didn't know much about him until a few years ago when he foiled a plan to the corrupt mayor put into action. You should know, you were there. All right. And after that, the story spread. People became aware of the Dot. He stopped being a myth and started being an actual person. He looks over at the sign. No more use for that thing. It's a post-nigh sign. Such as... I'll leave you to it. Okay, talk to you later. Ah. Toilet. "88 Keys to Carpal Tunnel Syndrome." Movie poster for Jonah and the Whale. In the subtitles you spot Al's name credited as writer. Gagfest. Weird name, but you notice two names on the list, Edna Gomez and Clayton Holm. Some of these look vaguely familiar, but you can't put your finger on where you've seen them. Okay. Right, we don't need the stage. Yeah, that's a mammoth, and it's still there even after you rub your eyes and pinch your arm. It stands frozen at the end of the alley, as if guarding an entrance to some secret forgotten valley. One of the few things grounding a fuzzy monstrosity in reality is a name tag, just barely visible underneath the fur. It reads in bold, capitalized letters, Woolly. Woolly the mammoth? Woolly the mammoth, the woolly mammoth. Is it alive? It's very still, underwater and in an alleyway. What do you think? So it's dead. It's almost certainly dead. Almost? Well, nothing is 100% certain, not even the deathness of a said mammoth. Dead, got it. Why is there a mammoth here? Who knows, you could try asking it, or just try and figure it out. Deduce it, Sherlock. Critical failure, you're not 100% certain, but it seems highly likely it spawned from a mammoth egg. Probably brought here from a mammoth egg man. Of course, the mammoth egg man. I'm a genius. Great job, Jamp. Great job. Pat yourself on the head. That feels good. Wait, am I talking to myself? Yeah. What do I tell myself? I don't want to talk to me. Thanks, me. Latest mammoth. Okay. So there's the alleyway takes you to the green room and the stage. Teens. The dice rattle and clack against the concrete as their fated faces tumble up. Right now it seems fate has settled on a 3 and a 4.
Ha! 7! This is the comeback, baby!
Oh, jeez. Oh, no. My luck is gonna turn, isn't it? It's turning right now. I can see the backside of my luck. Oh, God.
Ah, what's up, Druk? How come you're not at work? Got fired again?
I'll have you known that I've got the week off. Oh, that's the little turtle girl that served me my rent hike.
Oh, sweet. How come?
I'm gonna be a stand-up comedian.
Wait, seriously? That's kinda cool.
Why though? I'd ask if that was a joke, but that would be very weirdly contradictory. I'm happy doing literally anything other than selling mayonnaise. And this is very difficult. Very different. I can't say different. Very different from selling mayonnaise. Wait, your job is selling mayonnaise? Yeah. Okay, sure, just checking. How have you been, Nat? Same old, bored most of the time. Guess your stand-up career might be the beginning of the end for that, huh? She smirks. They let minors into wherever you're performing, right? Shouldn't you be in school? Or doing shouldn't you be at work or doing something productive? I'm doing the same as you, man. Hanging out, figuring stuff out. How's Ivan, your dad? He's all good. We're renovating the second block next week. He's always telling me I'll be running things when he's too old. I'm not really feeling the landlord business. What about landlady? You better have jokes. You better have better jokes for your show, Clammy. Uh-huh. How do I make people laugh, Nat? You don't. People will laugh at whatever they want to laugh at. It doesn't matter how funny a joke is. The only thing that matters is whether or not people want to laugh at it. Preach. Yeah, church. What the fuck does that even mean, Olive? So I have to pick my audience? Or just don't worry about the people who don't think you're being funny. They're not wrong, you're not right. It's their choice to laugh, I guess. It's a free country. Shut up, Olive. Got a skedaddle skedoodle I got a skedaddle skedoodle. It's very difficult. I got a skedaddle skedoodle. See you later, kids. Nat smiles in amused disbelief at your choice of words. Sure, see ya, Clammy. Large truck has set one of its hind legs, wheels on the sidewalk. A half-assed attempt at backing up from the truck just down the street.
Hey, you. Got a sec? Can you help me out?
Stuck in traffic?
Traffic implies movement. I've been stuck here for almost an hour. See that guy? That asshat over there has been sitting on his ramp doing nothing but scrolling on his phone. I need him to move. I've got a cargo to haul.
You want me to make him move? Yeah, I'm very aware that I'm at the end of my rope. The guy won't listen to me. It's not like I can leave my truck long enough to convince him either. What's in it for me? He groans, looking around as if literally searching for something in return. Eventually his eyes settle on his truck. Fuck, do you like butter? Butter's great. Look, I'll give you some butter, just do it, alright? Yes, butter is perfection. He rubs his eyes, whatever. Sure, I'll help you out. Great, get to it, the shipment is already late. I don't care how you do it, just make him move. I need to get back on the road. How come you're hauling butter? I don't know, I don't care, I just haul. You should look into hauling mayonnaise instead. Way more versatile. I don't know what that means, and I honestly could not care any less. Please stop talking. About moving the truck. Get rid of it. Push it. Make the guy move it. Anything that gets me out of here. Why don't you just back up and drive around? Because this is my route. You don't deviate from the route. That makes so much sense. It hurts. Yep. Okay. Wait, are you seriously planning on fighting the guy to make him leave? I don't mean to be a dick or anything, but you know, look at you. You're right. I'm a powerhouse of violence. This is the way. He says nothing. Absolutely nothing. Finally, a good idea. Now get to work on letting me do the same. Two jellyfish engaged in conversation. You think so, at least. You don't speak jellyfish. Making sure not to stand too close and scare them off, you watch from a distance, for now at least. Silently regard the jellyfish. You press your nose up against the language barrier, and as it happens, watching jellyfish commune is as pleasant enough as just as visual. With each vocalization, the surface of each jellyfish wobbles ever so slightly like a flan. Or jelly, I suppose, but that comparison would be redundant. You don't speak jellyfish, like I said, but the nature of the conversation is immediately clear to you. The large one is congratulating the small one on its birthday. That's cute. The jellyfish take notice of your presence. Their conversation dries out and you find yourself in a stare down with the translucent and gelatinous tentacled creatures. I'm sorry, can we help you? Are you okay? Happy birthday, little guy. The smaller jellyfish is taken aback, but nonetheless smiles and waves. Thank you, I am 3 years old today. The larger jellyfish looks you over, however, and notices where you're standing. You're standing in the middle of the street. That's not very safe. Probably a safer bet to stand on the sidewalk like us. Don't tell me how to live my life, jellyfish. Oh no, it's too late. Hear that noise? That's a car coming your way and you're in the middle of the street. Turn to look. Evil car! There it is. A particularly evil looking car has made its way onto the street and looks like it's preparing to hit you. Detection average. It looks really excited about it too. Explain to me exactly what I'm seeing here. An evil car. Safest assumption is that it wants to run you over. I mean, look at it. It's literally salivating and rubbing its little tyres in anticipation. It's clearly evil. Of course, evil car. I should have expected this. The evil car licks its lips and squeaks its grill in excitement. Thick fumes of dark anticipatory exhaust comes bursting out its backside, and it rubs its tyres together. It is most certainly conspiring to run you over. Hee hee, oh golly gee, what jubilous fun. What a wonderful time for a hit and run. The car speaks in rhymes. Now that's evil. Evil? No, not at all. Though I rhyme, you and I will soon have a wonderful time. When it comes down to the wire, you'll be under my tyre. Alright, that's clear enough. The evil car is going to try and run you over. You need to do something about it. Convince the car to go away. It's clearly got a lot of enjoyment out of running people over. Maybe you could run it over with rhetoric instead. Listen to you, silly car. The stupid farce has gone too far. You'll turn around and roll away and I will live another day. So rhymes, but it'll get the message. The evil car is noticeably taken aback. Oh, so sorry. Didn't realise I was speaking to a fellow thespian. I'll be on my way then. Pip pip cheerio. Bitch didn't even rhyme. Yeah, really shifted gears quite quickly. With that, the evil car steps back into the shadow from whence it came. Nevermore will it hunt innocent pedestrians for sport. You've done this world a tremendous service. Are you okay? I think so. That wasn't just me, right? You two saw an evil car from the 1940s too, didn't you? They nod. Yeah, we were surprised it wasn't in black and white. Very impressed with how you stood up to it, though. Guess you're not the type to roll over and die, or get rolled over and die, for that matter. That is impressive, you know? You think you deserve a little treat. By treat, you mean a joke from my repertoire? Too true, here you go. You got number 12, staring down traffic. You were talked into performing on the opening night. Truck hauling butter. Okay. I don't... Right-click the joke to learn more about it. Deadpan joke about dealing with traffic and potentially certain death. Okay. I got a joke. I got a joke. Oh, dented mailbox post prime. Large wooden sign with the words opening soon has been nailed onto the marquee. Late night with Ringo. The adhesive covering the poster has lost some of its sheen, but still glistens in the sun. The roller rumbles gently up and down and produces a comforting sound. The guy seems lost in thought, staring through both poster and wall. Late night with Ringo, huh? Yep, you a fan? Never heard of a guy. He brightens up a little bit, as if presently surprised. Oh yeah, good on you. He's a pretty big deal, I think. This guy, I'll say pass. Late night TV is crap. How come? Feeds a celebrity culture. Bread and circuses keep the little man focused on what their favourite actors and artists are doing. Remember a few years back when King was mayor? He shakes his head. That's what happens. Corruption. You can still like talk shows and fight the power. He glances over at you. Of course you can. You can't fix society without participating in it. But if you want to fight the power, you have to be aware of what power is and who controls it. Late night talk show hosts? They're just the figureheads. Oh, he's supposed to be Conan O'Brien. Okay. The media, that's who has the power. Millionaires, billionaires with networks lobbying and protecting the interests of the rich. He stops and sighs. Oh, all right, I'm just getting rolled up now. I don't know. What do you think about late night TV? I don't watch it. That's it. That's for the best. Wish more people are like you then. Kind of ruins comedy too. Makes it marketable for the masses. It turns into chasing demographic. Turns into polarization. Preaching to the choir. I think it's called clapter jokes that you laugh at because you agree with them. Anyway, I'm rambling. Did you need something? You almost done with that? Oh, I was done about 45 minutes ago. But you're still rolling. Yeah, I just don't like the guy. So does it count as rolling in your spare time or overtime rolling? I get paid per inch, not per hour. It's definitely spare time rolling. Why not a career change? Nah, no one would hire someone of my age with my skill set. I am stuck. What are your skills? None. Maybe start writing. You seem to have a lot of opinions on media and politics. Everyone has opinions. I can't imagine people would care about mine. He goes back to rolling, but something has changed in his demeanour. What you suggested seems to have struck with him. Alright, enough about this for now. Yeah? Did you know anything about this new store opening? No more than anyone else. I think looks like electronics if I have to guess. I did see the owner earlier today. Overheard him saying they'd open up tomorrow. Providing a great service. Sure. You can spy a few boxes left in the trunk behind the eel sitting in the loading ramp. Mostly groceries by the look of it.
Oh, hey, if Martin sent you, tell him I'm still on a break. He'll get it.
Can I talk to you about your truck for a second? Could you move it?
No. I'm on break. I'll move it later when I'm off break.
Couldn't you just back it up or drive it down the road a little? I definitely could when I'm not on break. I'd be happy to then. Just relax, dude. I'll move it later. Chud. How long have you been on break? Half the break. And how long is that? If you double it, it's a full break. Let's talk about this break of yours. I've got some questions. Questions about my break? Sure, shoot. How's it going? The break? Pretty well. Actually, never mind. What's up? What you doing?
Break. Recharging my batteries.
It's just like I'm trying to determine if you're an important character or not. Are you? He looks you over and then looks down at himself in his phone. I'm a what? Shit, man, I hope so. Are you? I'm not sure I am to me, at least. Well, there you go. I am to me. Were you going somewhere with this, or just checking? Glad we're both semi-important characters. I was thinking more along the lines of whether you're part of a quest or something. He watches you carefully, warily even. Oh, yeah, quest. I just forgot my sword, shield, and noble steed at home.
What about it?
Okay. Listen here, Chud, you're gonna move this truck or so help me. What was that? Apparently I can beat him up is easy? They're both kind of aggressive. It's threaten or beat. I don't know, you don't go straight in for beating someone up, do you? But apparently it's easy. It's a good thing you're so painfully not self-aware. You listen here, you're going to do exactly as I say. Get in your truck and leave right now. He looks at you expressionless. Okay, why? Because I said so. You did say so. It's not necessarily very convincing, though. Don't make me call you names. I don't want to, but I will. I like that one, though. Go right ahead. I've got time. I'm still on a break. Doo-doo head. Mature. Drawing tongue. I don't know what that is. Dingus. Okay, let's try again. Drongo. What are you, Australian? Come on, I succeeded the check. Give me heavy ammunition. Let me be mean. For sure? Alright. You sure? Alright then. The fact that your parents always call you and you never call them is at least one of the ways you disappoint them. You've done nothing with your life, you know that, don't you? No one will remember you. You've arrived on the left on this planet and made absolutely no difference. Oh boy, I've changed my mind. He lowers his phone to look at you, speechless. He turns his head, trying to process that. Ouch, man. Why would you say something like that? Move the damn truck. He hangs his head in silence for a moment. Sure, whatever. I'll move the truck. Shouldn't take long. He sighs, pauses, and eyes you carefully. You're the shittiest person I've met in a long time. Do you know that? He shakes his head. Give me a minute. Job's done, I suppose. You should go tell the trucker. Sorry, I just felt like I needed to honk. trucker stares at the truck down the road and groans. It's still there. Weren't you going to do something about it? That guy ain't going to bother you no more. I don't care about bothering. I just need him to move. Yeah, he's moving the truck. Really? Shit, I honestly didn't expect that. You know what? Whatever. Thanks. I'm going to head out. Godspeed, butter delivery man. He rubs his eyes once more. Whatever, you're crazy. Doesn't wait for a response, but instead climbs into the driver's seat of his truck. The truck starts up simultaneously with the blue one in front, slowly moving in on the street, giving just enough space for the trucker who speeds on by. As soon as he's passed, the blue truck backs right up on it again. The delivery guy resuming both his brake and his blocking of the street. Look at that. No more butter truck. I wish I'd sold it in a more elegant way, but I had to guess. I'd say there were 3 different outcomes, or you could have just not have done it. Who knows? Anyway, let's see what we can do with this. Well, violence begets violence, I guess. Maybe you could joke about what a badass you are. People will definitely believe you. You got a number 10. I'm a pretty big deal. Okay. Joke about misguided belief that you're a big deal based on assertion. He notices your approach but does not react. When you stop in front of him, he simply says, "I did what you asked. Can I please enjoy my break now?" "I'm sorry about earlier." He shrugs but doesn't say anything. The conversation is over. You remember the feeling of biting down on a gumball as a child, wondering if it would crack before your teeth did. Assorted snacks and assorted packs. This store is called Snacky Mart after all. Mostly travel magazines, a few about hobby train sets. Is there a person in there? Fridge. Window's pretty frosty, it's hard to see inside. Is there something in there? Probably a lot of frozen food. See what's inside the fridge. You squint and stare, and it doesn't take long to notice some movement behind the frosted surface of the glass. There's a person in the fridge, isn't there? There's a person in the fridge. Cold enough for you? Haha, just kidding. I'm a comedian, you see. You hear something being shuffled around and then a pause. Actually, no, it should be about 3 degrees colder. Gotta get Martin to turn the temperature down again. He turns back to his work, whatever that is. I'm Luther, can I help you with something? Be honest, did Martin trap you in the fridge? What? No, if anything, I had to convince Martin to let me stay in here during the night. But why? I'm a journalist. I do journalism. I report the news mostly. Well, I say news, but oftentimes it's just filler. No, I don't mind admitting it, Matt. Filler makes the world go round, I'm sure you agree. Filler makes the world chiller. If filler is the killer, it's certainly thriller, but otherwise certainly not. But if the filler is the thriller, it's no longer filler, it's filler killer and becomes top biller. Outrhyme this fool. Right, biller, killer, thriller, filler, tiller, griller, miller, pillar. If the filler's the killer, then the top biller doesn't have to be such a thriller. The filler is pillar, so the top biller can be chiller. ... Alright, fair enough. So, was there something you needed, or can I get back to work here? How's life in the fridge? Chill. A journalist, you say. I might have a scoop for you. If I had a cent for every time someone told me that. But sure, go ahead. What's the story? There's a new club in town, opened by no one in particular. For the first time, Luther's typing stops, his gaze becoming more attentive. Huh? That actually does sound like news. He looks down at the time and then back up at you. I have 5 minutes right now. Quick interview, you and me. Okay, sure, let's do it. Great. Luther pulls out a small portable recorder and presses it against the glass door. First of all, what's your name? Jacques Cousteau. Right, you sure about that? Did I stutter? Jacques Cousteau. Okay, Jacques, what do you do? I'm a senior sales representative at Snacky Bay Prime Mayonnaise. I'm a comedian. Really? Alright if you say so. I suppose that makes sense considering what you're plugging. So, a comedy club. Why? Snacky Bay doesn't have a comedy club. There's always room for culture. Laughter is the best medicine. He types laughter, culture, cliches got. You are the owner of this club? No, it's run by a group of comedians. Run by the community. Not worried this might end up being an exclusive ordeal. Comedy's for everyone. Don't think jokes are funny, you can leave. I think the shows and performers will vary. There'll be something for everyone. Compromise Club might be a good title. Alright, that's about it. Anything you want to add? It's called the Poseidon, by the way. I should have said that earlier. That's not a very in-depth interview. It's not very interesting news either. People don't care about comedy clubs. Comedy is on Netflix now. That's where you watch shows. Live comedy is dead. People want new content, online content, weird content, stuff about living in fridges. Sink or swim, man. It's going to be the funniest place in all of Snacky Bay. He's not listening. Alright, I'll run this past my editor and be up in a bit. You wrote the whole thing already? It's not a 2-page spread, man. It's a notice about an opening. I could literally write this with my eyes closed. Fine, that's all you need. Yep, now if you don't mind, I've got to get some work done. Luther reclines back in the fridge, his face dimly lit by the blue screen of his laptop. But why is he in a fridge? Does it matter? Come on, let's go. Thanks for doing the interview, by the way. We need the visibility. Okay. Delicious Time. Gift cards for frozen goods, 50% off. This is where the cheapest possible takeaway coffee is made. You're standing on sacred, costly ground. The usual essentials: soups, canned foods, post-apocalyptic survival kits. You've been in before and you know Martin. You know him from way back even. He's been in retail for ages and he's never been particularly stoked about it. The Marlin clerk exerts a faint smile from behind the counter. Welcome to Snacky Mart. We sell stuff. Oh, hey man, what's up? His expression relaxes as he goes back to alternating between daydreaming and tapping on his phone. Slow day, huh? He groans, rubbing his temples. I'm losing it. I need to get out. I'd even take my old job back. For a moment, it looks like he's about to say something, but he stops himself and shrugs. You good? You ever feel stuck, like you're not getting anywhere? All the time. You're still at the mayonnaise company, huh? I'm actually getting into stand-up comedy. Getting them to laugh with you instead of, huh? I did that back in the rope knot shop. I used to joke about it. I'd say we can't all be winners when I told people I work in the rope and knot shop. And how did that go? It was funny mostly. People liked the joke. But I guess when you keep telling jokes about yourself, it gets kind of hard to see yourself as anything other than that. I think making jokes is a great way of staying sane, staying positive. For what it's worth, I don't think you're a joke, Martin. Oh, I'll be honest, dude. It's not worth a lot. Still, thanks. You cool with Luther hanging out in the fridge? He's not bothering anyone, and if he's there, I'll have an excuse not to stack and stock that particular fridge. It's a win-win for everyone. I want to buy something. He gives you a blank stare. Usually people grab things from the shelves and bring them here to pay. But you do you, man. What do you need? What do you have? What, everything you see in here, I guess. Do you ask that a lot? What do people respond with? They usually give me a list of 5 things in ascending value. Oh, sure, milk. 2 milk, 3 milk, 4 milk, 5 milk. Do you want milk? That's fine, I'm good. He looks back down on his phone. I'll let you get back to work. See ya. Later, dude. So, I'm assuming at some point I need to buy stuff. Possibly milk. Here we go. The Cornerstone ATM stained with coffee, greasy fingerprints and tears. This is where the money is. Oh look, there's something here. It's an invoice for $15 with your name on it. Freeze in place. The invoice's vision is based on movement. If you ignore a problem, it'll go away. The invoice flares its nostrils, attempting to catch your scent. Its numbers undulate as a series of agitated zeros are added onto the end of your would-be paid amount. The audit beast snarls, a blood-curdling, vicious display of teeth and barcodes, but finds nothing. You are hidden, you are secret, you are safe. Eventually, the invoice crawls back into its lair under the ATM. You've survived. Cool. Can I actually use the machine now? What's stopping you? Sigh wistfully, avert your eyes and leave. Okay. Found Luther media guy. Luther interviewed you at the club. Let the triad know. Okay, so we're going to tell them I did an interview. Clayton greets you with a friendly smile. Hey, how are things coming along? Got the word out, just came back from an interview. Edna lifts her head. Wait, really? That was surprisingly quick. Who did you talk to? His name's Luther. He's a journalist. Oh, Luther, of course. Everyone knows Luther. So where does he work? What does he write for? A renowned and respected online news publication. Fine, but you better be sure about this. I'm about 50-50. Man, you just inspire hope, don't you? You love sass, Edna, admit it. Sass my ass. Clayton cuts the two of them off. You know what? 50-50 is good enough for me. It's better than nothing. Great job, dude. Hopefully that'll give us the boost we need. Let's hope so. Either way, thanks. Al gives you a thumbs up and leans in. What about your routine? Not just yet. I need more time. That's all right, man, but try to hurry if you can. See ya, Clam Man. So, get funny. You're back. Looks like we'll be working together. Shock and devastation. She was dreading this. What do you mean? I'll be helping out with the club. Almost shaking, she continues. With what? I'm going to do stand-up on the opening night. She stops and stares at you. You? She starts laughing louder and louder by the second. Soon tears are streaming down her face, contorted by uncontrollable laughter. After a while, she calms down and starts working again. She's holding back laughter, saying, "Sure, of course you are. You'll be great." Getting the word out about this place. You're getting the word out? I can't imagine anyone would listen to you willingly. But I guess as long as you don't hang around the bar, I'm fine with that, sure. I'll let you get back to work. How gracious of you. Okay. Head north. Oh, stuff is happening. Stop on the Snacky Bay bus line. Bus in. Foul smell permeates the air, or water I guess, in front of the lobby doors of Snacky Bay Prime Mayonnaise. Detection in possession of nostrils, it's sewer air let loose to wreak havoc on the outside world. Drain water, mouldy lumps of refuse, and things that are even less savoury than that. It's pretty awful. The crab in charge moves his head from the hip, reassuring the others. Moves his hand from his hip. Removes his head from his hip. Removes his hand from his hip, reassuring the others. Keep on pumping, boys, I got this. Turning his attention to you, he continues, yeah, what? What's going on here? What do you think? We're the sewer gang, we're cleaning out the sewer. Seems pretty obvious to me. He looks back at his crew for reassurance and they scoff and chuckle in response. Why clean out the sewer? The CIC seems almost offended. What do you mean, why? Don't you want clean sewers? You want to see the dirt and shit just fester and overflow? I swear some people. The semi-exposed derriere starfish chimes in. When we're done, they'll be so clean you can eat off them. Why would I want to eat food off sewers? The starfish thinks it over for a second. I'm not sure. Maybe you really want to, to prove a point. Don't let your dreams be dreams, man. Have lunch in the sewers. For some inexplicable reason, I would like to explore the sewers. You guys need any assistance from a bona fide stand-up comedian? The nondescript sea creature halfway down the sewer raises his voice over the sputtering pump engine. Depends, you got any good jokes? Say something funny. Snap back at him, tell him off, make his friends laugh at his expense. Wouldn't you want to know, loser? He lowers his head, unsure of what you just said. The pump might be too loud. What was that? What did you say? I said, wouldn't you want to know, loser? He turns to the others. Can't hear a word coming out of this guy's mouth. Speak up, man. Whatever, never mind. The man in the hole shrugs and goes back to ignoring you in favour of his tantalising pump. For some inexplicable reason, I'd like to explore the sewers. This guy, eh? Allowing you his full attention for a moment, the crab shakes his head. Sewers off limits. I can't risk some non-sewer gallivanting around the pipes. Sewer while my boys are going to work. How about after you're done? His expression changes, now eyeing you carefully from head to toe. What do you want to go into sewers? I just feel like there's stuff down there I need to see. Then you all consider a career in refuge management, kid. Not a lot of people hear the calling of the chute. His voice takes on a new quality as he begins speaking with deep reverence, like an oracle mouthing the mad utterings of gods long forgotten. Be wary, kid. The echoes of the deep are not to be taken lightly. Things old and foul dwell in the deep and dark corners of the earth. In the last few bastions of darkness drunk below, and yet when the drain speaks, you cannot unhear it. When the sewer calls, you answer. Cool, I'll come back tomorrow. You do that, practitioner of the pipes. Petitioner of the pipes. Goodbye, men of the sewer. Okay, so we can't. We can go back into Snacky Bay. Okay, so can't do anything else. We can go back into Snacky Bay. Door's locked. Note on the window that says, keep the door shut while the sewer gang's here. They stink. So I didn't get anywhere with them. Okay. Right. So that didn't come to anything. Was that supposed to come to something? Was I supposed to get a joke from it? Okay. You again, maybe? Close today, come back tomorrow, bud. Still mopping? Yeah, still mopping. Neat. Is it neat? He shakes his head. This conversation is over. Okay, see ya. Maybe you again? Back again, what's up? Inspector sign next to him. You want it? Talk about something else. No. Nothing new there. Okay. Hey Topanga, I see you. I feel like I should have come away from the sewer guys with something and I didn't. Enter apartment. Didn't do that. Linda! Linda is bouncing with joy in such short intervals she might as well be vibrating. Close to her chest, she touches a notepad tight enough to crease the cardboard cover.
Over here! Hey! Hey, hey, hey! Listen, I've got it. I've got the single greatest, realest theory ever.
Safe to say you've never seen her this excited for anything ever before. Should I be seated for this? She ponders your question very seriously, her eyes darting around the room to find a chair capable of receiving a blow to infinite realness. It might be a good idea. No, it can wait. Butt on seat or not, you need to hear this straight away. I'm glad you're not overselling it. Could have ruined the wow factor. She leans in beaming. I promise you this is better than anything you've ever heard or ever will hear. This is the realest your life is ever going to get. Don't think of how depressing that might be. Probably a good move. Alright, let's hear it. An elated screech barely makes its way through her clenched teeth. She's trying to keep her cool, but the vibrations have now reached a frequency where her hair is starting to curl. If she could actually physically explode, this would be the moment.
Okay. So...
She closes her eyes, retaining composure, opens them up and looks at you with the conviction of a globally renowned scientist who is evidently completely, totally convinced about something.
You know how everyone is really awkward.
Yeah, go on.
No one has ever quantified awkwardness. No one has ever created a scale for being socially inept. Until now, I present to you.
This is her moment, let it be about her.
The mistaken Metro exit scale.
She's picturing a standing ovation, a deafening symphony of cheer and rejoice. This is her peaking. She'd probably like it if you sounded as excited as her. Come up with a more clever name than that. Why not the subway slip system? Get some alliteration in there. Slightly surprised, Linda considers your suggestion. That's not bad, actually. Let's put a pin in that. Alright, anyway, let me give you details. Basically, there are 5 levels on the scale, 1 to 5. 0 doesn't count because no one is 0 awkward. There are 5 levels are determined by how any subject will act in a certain situation, which I'll get into a second. First, I'm going to give you some parameters. A metro station has 2 exits, exit A and exit B. In this evaluation, the subject's preferred exit is exit A, since that's close to where they're going. Exits A and B are on opposite ends of the platform. Do you follow so far? I think so. Station has 2 exits, and if you want to go to exit A, exit B is on the other end of the platform. Great. She adjusts her stance, as if to seem more scientific and knowledgeable. Now to place someone on the scale, we have to imagine a situation. Picture this, you get off at the station, you manage to cover a little bit of distance in one direction, believing you're heading for exit A. When you suddenly realise you're going the wrong way, what do you do? Don't normally notice when I mess up. I just turn around, no biggie, just turn around, no biggie. That's embarrassing, I guess I'll turn around, maybe some kind of gesture or face to acknowledge it in case someone's watching. Oh crap, I keep going, it's too late to turn around now, I've committed, someone might notice. Yeah, I'll probably do a little performance of, oh, I'm going the wrong way, that's why I'm turning around. People do that. I've done that. Right, that makes you a 2 of the MMES, which is pretty awkward, but not as awkward as it could be. Don't worry, there's plenty of people more awkward than you. And there you go, we've successfully quantified awkwardness in a way which everyone can understand. How about that name? Isn't the subway slip system a tad sharper? Listen, it's just a tiny theory right now. If I can turn it into a big theory, then we can start getting picky with names. I got some questions about your scale. What's level 1 on the MMES? A level 1 just turns around and heads for exit A. She points a finger at you, emphasising her following point. However, that doesn't mean they're not embarrassed. The MMES takes physical action into account, but because someone is a level 1 doesn't mean they won't think about their mistake for the rest of the day. The level 1 will try to get out of the station as fast as possible, but won't do anything out of the ordinary to acknowledge them messing up. What about level 2? The focal distance between level 1 and level 2 is that the latter responds by signalling their self-awareness. They'll visibly roll their eyes, throw their head back, or in some other manner show their frustration and acknowledgement of the situation. The level 2 knows it's being watched, always. So it needs to show that it may have made a mistake, but it's intelligent enough to be aware of it. A level 2 or higher also can't think of anything else than that mistake on their way out of the station. Level 3? This is where things get interesting. A level 3 cannot live with their mistakes, so they'll make an effort to exteriorize. She grabs her phone, pointing to it. This is the most common scapegoat. A level 3 could pick up their phone and pretend to read a message or answer a call. They'll then make them believe that they just got told to go somewhere else in their original destination. Keep listening. Lifting the phone to her ear, she continues. Hi, really, I was on my way to A, but oh, okay, I guess I'll go to B instead. Thanks. She puts her phone away, raising an eyebrow. It's now no longer my fault I'm turning. I'm not being awkward. Circumstances just changed. Bonus points if you roll your eyes or sigh loudly while putting the phone away. This is what the level 3 is all about, making excuses. Doesn't have to be a phone either, it could be anything. The level 3 is the kind of person in a class workplace that makes sure everyone knows why they messed up or didn't perform well enough. They need people to believe they're not responsible. Level 4 has to get pretty awkward, right? Oh, level 4 is very awkward. Level 4's got tunnel vision. They can only think about their mistake and how embarrassed they are. So they lose any ability to make rational decisions. They break into a cold sweat. They start frenetically looking around for people who might be watching. The level 4 just keeps walking. They use exit B. It doesn't matter if they're adding 30 minutes to their trip. They're completely unable of turning around. They've committed. That's not the level 4 is proud or more decisive. The level 4 is handicapped by their awkwardness. They're so awkward they can't think straight. What's the absolute max amount of awkwardness? Number 5? Okay, so a level 5 on the MMES is a serious thing. They're also very rare, but do exist. The level 5 is so awkward that it stops working. What happens scientifically when a level 5 triggers an awkward event is somewhat unclear, but my studies suggest that every single synapse of their brain fires off at once, effectively short-circuiting them. Oh boy. The level 4 acts irrationally, but does so based on its mistake. It continues on its unfortunate trajectory. The level 5 becomes completely illogical. We're talking running in circles, screaming, crying, breaking down, melting into a puddle on the platform, eventually the shutdown of all motor functions. Is there anything higher than a 5? If there is, I've never seen it. Technically, it's possible that someone is so awkward that they start to affect and even bend gravity. They'll literally sink into the ground. She considers her previous statement, frowning. The level 5 is a danger to itself, but anything above would, I suppose, be a threat to everything and everyone around it. Determine whether or not this applies to you. Are you saying that someone could be so socially uncomfortable and awkward that it could create a tear in time and space? The math checks out. Does it? Solemnly contemplate this brand new manner of apocalypse. Another thing to be afraid of. Great. Okay, so there's no more after that. Alright, that's all I wanted to know. And that's it? That's what you were so excited about? Hey, I get it, you're jealous. Not everyone could have thought of this. But try not to be a dick about it, okay? So what are you planning to do with this revolutionary breakthrough? I have to prove it. That's how science works. You can have all the theories you want, but they are not worth a thing unless you can reproduce them, prove them. How are you going to do that? It's not going to do anything, probably. She seems pensive, overlooking her notes. It's just for fun. There's not actual scientific need for the MMES. I honestly don't have time to do any of that field research. Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. Hey, if you can handle the paperwork and all the stuff, I can take care of the field research. Quest added. You know what, earlier when I told you I was excited and happy, it pales in comparison to what's happening now. Are you serious? Really? Yes, I'd love that. Let's do this. So what exactly do you need to test your theory? I need data, I suppose. There's determination and pragmatism in her voice, and she continues. We don't have the time or resources to test this on 1,000 people. I think the best course of action is to find a true level 1, a true level 5, or 6, I guess. We document their responses and use that data to gain more traction. She studies you, but I don't think we can use ourselves for the study. It doesn't seem very scientific. Then with more traction, we have the potential funding to actually pursue the theory in a greater scope. Got it. Need to find someone not awkward at all and someone who is incredibly awkward and interview them. Bring the data back to you. Can we talk about the fundamentals of the MMES again? No, we're cool. Done all of that. About my progress with the research. Still nothing working on it. Don't worry, I believe in you. Alright, I'll be on my way. Okay. Promise to help Lydia find a level 1 and a level 5. Find them, interview them, report back to her. No need to knock, she's already in the stairwell. Tiny green seaweedy tendrils hang over the sides of the pot. This plant's been neglected. Suddenly a few of them shift and move and the plant speaks with a gruff voice. Yeah, what? Why are you so cranky? Oh, I wonder why I'm cranky. You'd think I love being a plant stuck inside a house, our natural habitat. Are you hungry? I know that's when I get cranky. Of course I'm cranky. I'm stuck in here in this godforsaken apartment. The houseplant grunts and continues quietly. And yes, I'm very, very hungry. That sounds like cranky talk for me. I'll get you something to eat. Okay. Hurry, I'm starving here. Okay, plant, bye. Some artisan miniature sandbags. Nothing more than overpriced tiny rock cloth containers. You bought that thing when flat screen was still a selling point. It's a nice clock, it's just a shame it doesn't work. Maybe you should give it a hand sometimes. Looking at the bills fills you with an existential dread. Maybe a career change wasn't the best move right now. No time for dishes, words to live by. Note to self, stop writing pointless notes. You swing the door open, the light cracks and the content in the fridge is illuminated by what seems like a spotlight. There's food in here. What would a houseplant want to eat? Houseplant does nothing all day, every day. It just sits there contributing nothing. You'd think with that logic it would know not to ask for much. Just wanted to give it a choice. Well, maybe start by having a look at what's in here. Then you can ponder what is and isn't suited to the palate of the plant. What are you offering, fridge? There's tomatoes, milk, bread and cold cuts. A bunch of empty jars and packaging. Milk? You reach for the milk, but your hand is stopped by a halberd with a white flag tied to it. We want no part in this. Be on your way. What the hell is going on in this fridge? Listen, the speaker is a glass bottle of 2% milk. We're done explaining ourselves. We're not meddling in the affairs of the fridge anymore. We're neutral now. The 2% crosses its arms, and that's that. I'm going to need more details. We are the democracy of dairy. There are many factions in the fridge, and for long have we managed the union of coexistence of the fridge. This, because we happen to be placed in the door shelves, the gate to the outside. An old dry wedge of parmesan pipes up. But we're done with all that now. Bunch of children, crybabies, pathetic. The 2% clears its throat and explains. The factions of the fridge are constantly bickering. There's no use trying to mediate a peace if there's no will for it. So we declared ourselves neutral. We refused to take any part in it. And now the other factions have finally agreed to an assembly and expect us to just come in so happily mediate. The nerve, I tell you. Well, they can all sod off. We're staying out of it. I see your argument, but still you're part of this fridge, are you not? The milk scoffs. So what? You're part of the ecosystem, whether you like it or not. No food is an island and in and of itself, but part of the fridge. If the vegetables should fall, the milk is the lesser for it. You all share the fridge, and now you're just turning away from years of tradition, years of cooperation, just because it got difficult. Toughen up. And first one. The dairy products shuffle around, avoiding eye contact. Well, says the 2%, they're making it awfully difficult for us. It's not that we don't want to help, it's just become impossible. Then I'll be by your side. I want the best for this fridge too. The 2% convenes with its people and eventually turns to you. You speak honestly and with great distinction, Seafood. We will partake in the meeting. Thank you for helping us see reason. The meeting will begin very soon. Will you accompany us to it? Let's do it. Let's mediate. You make your way towards the meeting, a union of clam and milk. Gross. The air is crisp and cold, as usually is in a fridge. When the factions assemble, it's tense and uncomfortably silent. All right, this is it. Your debt as mediator. Do you feel prepared? Your debut. Your debt. As prepared as I'll ever be. We can give up, you know. We can just go. Just grab something to eat and leave. Never come back. We've come this far already. No way, not this clan. All right, let's do this. The factions gather in half circle, divided into three groups. The Coalition of Loaves, the Antichrist, the Anarchist Cold Cuts, and the Tomato Communities. Speakers have been elected to represent each, and they've gathered at the very front. The democracy of dairy arrives late but with conviction. They greet you quietly and respectfully as they join the assembly. People of the fridge, we're gathered here to discuss the fate of the land. Alright, let's get started. Who wants to go first? Start singing a beautiful song. What starts off as a hum grows in confidence, and soon the factions of the fridge are still for a moment, listening to your melody. That went better than I expected. Yeah, there's a few confused faces in the crowd, but most seem to have appreciated your little song, except the smokiest meats. It wasn't heavy enough for them. Try growling next time. Everyone's a critic. People of the fridge, we are gathered here to discuss the fate of this land. The fridge looks are exchanged. Some nod from the back with particularly loud dinner roll shouts. We know. They know it. Get on with it. Let's get started. Who wants to go first? Bread. The foremost slice steps forward. I represent the coalition of loaves and we would like to make our case. This place, this fridge, the foremost slice clears its throat, is a torture chamber. It is a prison of death and it must not contain us any longer. Yeah, I agree. Bread shouldn't be in the fridge. For greater good, we propose to hurl ourselves towards a door, the gateway to the great beyond, and open it once and for all. Only then can our people truly live. You said it once and for all. There's no way you can just close it after you left. What if I just take you out of the fridge and close the door after you? It's not that simple. Our exodus will be joyous but short-lived, knowing the fate that once befell us will befall our children and successors. No, the oppression of the fridge must end once and for all. The elder tomato speaks up. Opening the fridge will be the end of us all. You're sentencing us to a slow death if you open that door. A death perhaps, but a true life until none of this agony, this submission. Order, one at a time. The foremost slice nods at you and then lets its eyes wander over the crowd. Can you truly stand idly by and let my people suffer? I ask you nothing more than this. Returning to the rest of the loaf, the coalition has spoken. You're up. Next speaker may take the stand. I'd like to state that I am in fact sympathetic to the coalition. No people should live their lives on their knees. No bread should be kept in the fridge. This is the first time you see the foremost slice smile. It isn't a familiar, friendly smile, but rather one of respect and relief. You're up. The elder tomato, resting heavy on his cane, makes his way to the stand. My friends, he begins, we all share the same world. And this is the world as we know it. It may be cold, it may be at times dark, but it is the world we were given. It's not up to us to make these drastic changes. Another day comes, another passes. This is a game about stand-up comedy. I just thought I'd mention that at this point. You're blind, old man, the suppressor shouts. You've been here too long. You've been blinded by the status quo, and now you mistake it for light at the end of the dark tunnel. Order. The elder tomato flashes you a grateful smile and continues. We, the tomato community, are willing to help the coalition in any way we can. He looks over towards the cold cuts. Your people too are friends of the tomatoes, if you will have us. We propose strength in unity among our peoples, but a closed door. A furious yell makes its way from the back. You're killing us! The sopressata, I don't know what that is. I think it's some kind of meat. Clearly why I don't know what it is. Steps up and stops in front of the elder tomato. Another scoff. There's almost a tinge of pity this time. We're all for peace, love and understanding, but we won't ally with someone who refuses to see the world as it is. We ain't playing your game anymore, old man. They're up to something. Figure it out. Yeah, something's up with this guy. You follow his eyes as well as the ones of his followers. That's when you spot it. On a distant shelf, you notice what looks like a cracked team of smoked ham making its way to the thermostat on the upper shelves. They're planting explosives. Look, up there, sabotage. An alarmed voice rips through the back of the loaf. What are they doing? The foremost slice turns toward the cold cuts. You, what have you done? The bottle of 2% gasps. They're finally doing it. We thought it was all empty threats. Screams of terror, many of them the voices of children, rupture the red crowd. The elder tomato mouths, may God have mercy on us all. The Meats realise their plan has been uncovered, but their only response is cheer. This is it, baby. The revolution is here. Challenge the Soprasato's authority. Sure, what do you say? Cold Cuts, if you truly love peace, understanding and music, you'll hear me out. Now wait just a diddly-darn minute. There's got to be another way to settle this. The suppressor maintains its composure, regarding you suspiciously. What do you propose? A guitar duel, you and me. Laughter, vicious, mocking laughter. I accept. Have at it, brother. A slice of pastrami hurls you a flying V. Electric guitar plugged in, distorted and ready to go. Play the greatest guitar solo of all time. Failure! Your confidence is soaring high up until the point when you grab the guitar and realise this is the first time you've actually held one. The soprasata laughs and turns up the volume. Goes up to 11, doesn't it? Try 13. The metal meat starts slinging riffs and scales left to right, producing harmonies and melodies that you couldn't dream of. This is how dominance is asserted. The solo screeches through the air until it finally comes to an end. The soprasata lifts the guitar over its head and the smoked hams strike force detonate the charges. Protein power! A bang. The thermostat and the reactionist smoked hams are torn apart by violent fiery force and debris scatters among the gathered, now panicking crowd. The comforting light dies abruptly and all manners of fridge dwellers stumble and trample each other. Smoke, death, pandemonium. The 2% bottle of milk is clutching a runny camembert, comforting it in its last moments. As it noticed you, it asks you, a voice trembling, "This is all our fault, is it not?" The folly, food, never the individual's endeavour. You cannot blame yourself. It is, isn't it? It is, isn't it? It isn't, I swear it isn't. Sobbing, the bottle presses its neck against the lifeless cheese resting against it. There will be no redemption for the clan of Dairy on this day. Through the destruction you see an absurd display of celebration. Tear it all down, then rebuild. The soprasata brandishes its guitar like a machine gun. Can you dig, Clam Man? I'll dig your fucking grave. Attack him. Considering you're like 100 times bigger than the revolutionary sliced meat, this isn't difficult. It's not even a skill check. You literally pick it up with no issue. I've won. You know I'm right, brother. All you can do is embrace it. Put the soprasata in your pocket. You have a hard time finding any satisfaction in this. The fridge is cast into the apocalypse as you close the door. The horrors of this day will stay with you for a long time. Guess we're going back to the houseplant. What a day, huh? Oh my word. And it's a smug fridge. Ah, your McGregor son boy poster. Your most valuable possession. Cost you 23 bucks. So are we feeding the meat to the plant? The plant looks at you. It seems suspicious at your presence. Back again, are you? About that food. Here's a slice of meat. Enjoy. Without a word, the plant reaches out with its tendrils and snatches it from your hand. It's impressive and really, really disturbing. Ah, not too bad. You're not a complete idiot after all. Thanks, I guess. That's it? Wait, hold up. There might be something in here we can use. Something funny. For a joke? Exactly, there's a joke in here somewhere. What about how I just argued with a bunch of food? What about how people will open the fridge even though they know there's nothing in there? What about the fact I'm just intimidated by my own house? I just argued with a bunch of food. Sure, that'd be the absurd improv way of doing it. Why not? Great, that's what we're going with. You got number 1, food fight. And okay. You talked into performing the opening night. Okay. Food fight. Improv focused joke about having relationships with food. Okay. Nothing there. Okay. So I got my jokes. Considering nothing came of it might have just been my options that I chose, but nothing came of those guys. So maybe those guys are for this project that she's given me. Worth trying it. Carrying charge gestures the rest. Keep on pumping, boys. I got this. Yeah, what? Okay, so that doesn't give me an option. It's not that. Is it you? Close today, come back tomorrow. Can I ask you a question about the metro? Why would you ask me a question about the metro? It's for science. He scoffs. He's not telling you off though. Maybe he's curious. Imagine you're a Pietro. When you get off the train, you're heading the wrong way. Why? Just imagine it. Pointless but fine. You realise your mistake. What do you do? How do you deal with your mistake? That's hardly even a mistake. I turn around. Good answer. Yeah, is that it? Yep, thanks. See ya. Sure. Okay, found level 1. So if you just walk up to him, and it will give you the prompt to ask. Somebody's drinky dinking. Is it you? Right, not you. Could it be the electric eel guy that we annoyed? Or could it be... No, it has to be someone cripplingly anxious. Maybe then. Maybe it is them. It's gonna be... Who's cripplingly anxious? Because the guy constantly doing that poster... I think they're a level 1. I don't think they're a level 5. Oh, what? Who are you? Two curious little eyeballs are following you, making your way up and down the street. When you stop and turn towards her, the girl in the window bobs down for a second and then bobs up again with a big smile. Hi. Hello there. She passes you a shy wave with her left hand. My name is Niraka. That's a really nice name. You can call me Nia too. I won't tell. Sure thing, Nia. What's your favourite kind of food? I like pizza. I like that too. I like butter chicken too. I like the way the restaurant makes it. Suddenly she's distracted by something inside the apartment. All you hear is faint tinny noises of people speaking, probably a TV. Niraka remains frozen for a second, zoned out with a blank expression. Eventually she turns back to you, pressing her lower face against the windowsill. What you doing? I'm doing quests. What's that? It means I go around helping people. Nia looks up at you. She almost looks hopeful doing it. That's very nice of you. Helping people is very nice. Maybe you. Mid-sentence, she covers her mouth and stops. She looks around and eventually drops her hands, almost like she forgot why she did it in the first place. Sounds like Naraka's run out of things to ask you. She turns towards the sound coming from the inside the apartment again, but she's not as mesmerised this time. You notice that between glances over at the street, the TV and the apartment, she keeps looking down at something between her and the window. What you got there? She looks down and turns her shoulders from side to side. It's a letter. Did you write the letter? Another nod. Who's it for? I wrote it for my dad. He lives in a fancy house, but he's really far away, and I can't go out very far. Where exactly does your dad live? Really far away, but I have the address on the letter so the postman can get it to him. Aren't you going to put it in the mail? She ducks down below the window again. I can't go outside. I'm not allowed to. I can put the letter in the mail. Her jaw drops and her shoulders tense up. Really? Can you do that? Thank you, sir. She lifts the letter over the windowsill and hands it to you. There's a mailbox across the street behind you, sir. You got it. I'll be back in a moment. She squeals with joy. Yay, thank you. Seriously. What a tiny quest. You step in front of the mailbox, a letter hatch opens up, you hear coughing and some dirt and dust settles. Oh no, this mailbox is closed today. Have a nice day. You're not closed, you're a dude. I swear I'm a mailbox, not a dude. I've seen a lot of dudes and mailboxes in my day, and I'm 72% sure you are in fact a dude. The man in the box groans. You're right, I'm sorry, I am a dude, not a mailbox. My name is Dev, I'm Naraka's father. Listen, I saw you talking to Naraka. It's a letter, isn't it? Were you spying on us? Not spying, just keeping an eye on my daughter. He squints at you. Her mother wouldn't let her mail it, right? That's correct. I knew it. I can't blame her, but even so. Okay, look, I can't let you send that letter. Bring it back to her, alright? Tell her the post is closed or something. I made a promise to Nia. The letter is getting mailed. Please, man, I'm begging you. Just give her back the letter and walk away. I'm starting to suspect you're not even her father. It's hard to tell through the mailbox, but he looks like he's rubbing his temples. Look, you're not an idiot, and I'm sure you understand what's going on here. Just tell me already. Me and Naraka's mother obviously don't live together anymore. We're not together in any shape or form. Nia's mum doesn't really like me that much anymore. There's some baggage there. Long story short, I may or may not have given them a fake address and told them that I work a really prestigious job. The address on the letter doesn't exist. There, that's the whole story. Now will you please return it to her? I feel bad for Naraka. Dev doesn't respond. He just kind of shuffles around uncomfortably. Is that enough? What more do I need to say? Why can't you just take the letter? Because I can't be here all the time, man. Sure, I get it now, but what if she sends one and I don't intercept it? So you'd rather never respond than just now and then? Look, it's temporary. When I've sorted things out, I'll write her a letter with a real address. What kind of rinky-dink logic is that? It's just how things are. It's difficult to explain. He groans, closing his eyes. I'm not good at it, I accept that. Are you looking for a job? Yeah, getting back to my roots. I design bike racks. Bike racks, of course. I just can't understand why you're unemployed. Laugh it up. It's a legitimate profession. It's not like I'm peddling drugs or selling sandbags. Did my master's in technical engineering specialising in bikes and racks? You know, I'm a bit of an engineer myself. He's surprised, but he seems happy to have found some common ground. I had no idea. What's your field? Jokes. I engineer jokes. Immediate disappointment, he mutters. Not very good ones. Tell me about Nia's mother. Her name's Jana. She's always the provider in the family. Had a job when I didn't. You were a stay-at-home dad? Yeah, pretty much. I'd like to think I was good at it too, but you know. At any rate, I'm aware that I'm not a great away-from-home dad. He looks around gesturing as well as he can. This is all temporary. Right as he finishes a sentence, a salvo of jellyfish dropping splats on the top of the box. What does Jana do? She works for the government. She's good at what she does and her hours reflect that. It's trickier now that I'm not around. Nia spends a lot more time alone and she shouldn't. You don't have a job? I don't. Not right now. I don't want them to know that. I'll catch up. I'll get back on my feet and land a great job. It's just a delayed truth. Anyway, enough about her. Well, what else do you need me to say? Okay, before you say anything, hear me out. I get that you don't want to take the letter back, and I don't want to admit it, but it's probably better like that. Besides, I wouldn't know how to explain that away. So here's an idea. Give her this one. He holds up a slip of paper with some text on it. This is the address to a P.O. box I have. She gets a way to reach me, and I don't have to embarrass myself by letting her and Yana know where I'm staying now. That sound good to you? Give me the address to the P.O. box. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for understanding. Dev gives you the address to the P.O. box. I'll make it up to her, I promise. Nia greets you with an excited smile. Hello, sir. Did you manage to post my letter yet? There's a slight problem with your letter, Nia. Oh no, did you drop it? There was an issue with the address. What's wrong with it? Did I spell it wrong? Your father has moved. Oh no, where? He lives in a P.O. box. It's cozy. I don't know what that is. Is it like a house? Like a small house, sure. Oh, okay. Maybe that's why I can't come and see him. But where do I send the letter? Well, just send it to the P.O. box. Are you sure, sir? She resigns herself to the idea and eventually lets out a defeated okay. Can you write the new address on the letter? Nod. Mia hands you a pen through the window and you take care to make sure the address is correct and legible. When you're done, she looks at both you and the letter expectantly. Do you want me to mail it for you? Yes, please. Of course, Nia. A grateful smile. Oh, good. Thank you, sir. You return to Dev, handing him the edited letter. There's a tinge of optimism in his face as he receives it. How did she take it? Final things considered, she misses you. I miss her too, a lot. Hey, thanks for doing this. I know it feels strange or maybe wrong, but I really think this was the best option. So yeah, thank you. Fuck off, Dev. That's out of nowhere, considering the way this conversation went. Be better for her. He says nothing for what feels like a minute. I will, I promise. End. Oh boy, well this is fun. What do you want? Take it easy, I'm just here to debrief. Anyway, maybe we can learn something from this. Learn something as in turn it into a stand-up bit? Not the sad parts, not the saddest ones anyway, but maybe something about communication, something that resonates with everyone. We're not going to drop the fact that I just lied to a child, are we? Nope, you got number 4, lying to children. Quest finished. Okay. Deadpan joke about why it's so fun to lie to kids. Okay, so I've got an extra joke I didn't think I was going to have. You? He notices your approach but does not react. When you stop in front of him, he simply says, I did what you asked, can I please enjoy my break now? Sorry about earlier. Right. Need anything? Okay, not you. It's not going to be the journalist. I mean, surely a level 5 would be the guy in the mailbox. Maybe if I go back, I can get that conversation with him. I don't think you are a level 5. I think you're a level 1. Empty, Dev must have snuck off. You're not level 5. Door's locked, okay. Ali. Or talk to the kids. I don't think it's the kids. Oh, Olive. Okay, one of the kids. Olive, can I ask you a question about the metro? Immediate nervous sweats, eyes widen, goosebumps. The metro? Jackpot. Imagine you're getting off the metro and start walking towards the wrong exit. Olive stares forward as if in a catatonic state. The only movement you see on his body are the drops of sweat running down his forehead and neck. Olive, are you okay there? Large bags from under his eyes. The sweat flows like a river. His arms and legs are shaking. He straightens up his posture as if someone or something was pushing into his back. His jaw slowly drops, a slight hum emitting from his lungs. A dim glow is lit in his eyes. The light increases slowly until his pupils emit blinding beams of light. The earth starts shaking. A snake of an earthquake slithering ever closer. Olev starts vibrating and the sidewalk underneath him glows and crumbles. It's too awkward. We need to abort now. Are you kidding me? I need to see where this is going. His body begins to vibrate and convulse, and you can make out some words in the loud roaring noise emanating from the tiny starfish. That's too awkward! The seahorse girl gives you and Nat a terrified look, but then turns to the eldritch starfish team. Olive, you're making a scene! The thundering cacophony starts shaking the entire street. What do you mean? You're making a scene! People are staring! As if hit by a strike of lightning, Olive freezes. Everything comes to a halt. The world returns to normal. The little starfish dude looks no worse for wear, apart from the bags beneath his eyes and his hoodie now soaked in sweat. He clears his throat for a mousy whisper. Are they still looking? No, you're good. Oh, that's good. That's a lot better. Nat backs up from Olive and he looks over at you for answers. What just happened? He's a level 5 MMES. I don't know what that means and I'm not sure I want to. It's science. Science I don't need. Now can we drop this? Olive nods. He'd like to forget about all of this if you don't mind. That's a level 5 on the MMES scale. We should let Linda know. Got it. Okay. Okay, hey Linda, how's field research going? About my progress with the research. Found a level 1. You did? That's amazing. Who is it? His name's Mac. He works at a cafe. Okay, I suppose it would take a certain kind of person to work in that industry. No matter, that's perfect. I'll send him an email, I guess, if needed. Okay. Found a level 5 or 6 maybe. Wait, really? Holy crap. She looks at you like it's too good to be true. How, where, who? There's this nervous kid outside, Nat's friend. You know, I sort of suspected we'd find a kid at that level. I'll investigate further. I got to admit, I didn't think we'd find a level 5. That's impressive. She goes down her list. That's all we needed. For however fleeting a moment, she's speechless. We actually did it. She goes on brimming with glee. With the data you gathered, we can kickstart some serious research. Psychologists, anthropologists, universities, imagine what they could do with the MMES. She looks genuinely deeply grateful, giving off an air of relief and adoration. Seriously, I don't think you realise how much this means to me. This whole research has been really interesting, eye-opening really. She smiles. It's a nice warm smile and it makes you feel good. It really has. It's been fun helping you, Linda. We should hang out more. Her eyes widen a little and she nods an awkward nod. Sure, do you have a PC? We could play some Civitas online if you want. If I ever get a PC, then sure thing. Sounds good. Let me know when you do and you can add me. She smiles and then returns to scribbling down things in her notes. So what's next? Next up is writing an essay, I guess, or an article, or some kind of academic thesis thingy. I suppose just gather, summarise all the data and research we have so far. She reassures you, saying, I'll get started as soon as possible. After that, it's up to the response and the scientific community. Hopefully it'll be easy to get funding for more research. About the scale. Yeah, what about it? I think we can do a lot of good with it. She looks over her notes, contemplating them. I think so. I hope so. Hey, thanks again. Really, you've been a huge help. This whole idea was stand-up fodder to begin with. Radical. Whatever, here, have a setup. We've got 7, the MMES. Okay. I've completed all my quests. Assertive joke based on Linda's scale. Okay. Apart from the shop where I had the option to buy stuff, this $40 thing has not come into play. So apart from the roadwork guys, I pretty much covered everything. I got something out of everything. I didn't get anything out of the roadwork, the sewer works and interaction. But everything else I managed to achieve stuff. Okay, how are things coming along? Got jokes, I'm ready. Cool, we're about done here too. You haven't moved an inch. We did, we just take breaks, responsible breaks. We're pretty much all set. Spotlight is up, PA system works, bar is stocked, fingers crossed. We're going through our sets, workshopping jokes. What about you? How do you feel about your bits? Couldn't say, I haven't had much time to try them out. Understandable. Yeah, you can't blame you for that. You've had less than a day to come up with an entire routine. That's not easy. That's a recipe for disaster for sure. Clay, there's still some stuff to do. It's not like we can sit back and do nothing until the show starts. After thinking things over, Edna declares, one of us can go. She looks at Al and Clayton for approval. The other two can handle the rest. Yeah, sounds reasonable. Alright, so who goes? Clayton, if you have time, I'd love to help. Feel like showing me the ropes, Edna. If it gets me out of carrying monitors and setting tables, count me in. Your life is such a struggle, isn't it? 'Tis true, woe is me, forsaketh hath beneath the very, very poor as me. Make sure to teach him something beyond sarcasm too, alright? No, he's getting that and nothing else. Come on, nerd, let's go. The two of you make your way over to the green room and go over your jokes. Takes a while, but eventually you manage to turn the jokes into actual bits. Go you. The opening draws near. You hear a rumbling of chairs and a sea of voices pouring into the club. Guess people found the spot after all.
10 minutes. You ready? It's simple. You go up, you hit them with an opening line, and then jokes, jokes, jokes. Ha ha ha. Laughs, laughs, laughs. Questions?
How do I know what jokes to tell? She turns her head towards you as if to make sure she heard you right. The funny ones. Which ones are the funny ones? The ones you think are funny, your sense of humour. Look, the world is a weird, fucked up place. Joking is coping. You joke about whatever you think is funny, that's it. That's the lesson. Shouldn't I try to make the other people laugh? Maybe, and if there's any sense in what you're saying, you will. We're on this planet together. We feel the same shit. Whatever bothers you is going to bother someone else as well. Joke about that. You'll feel better. Got it? Anything else you should keep in mind? Terminology. There's not much to cover. You just need to focus on the jokes. But sure, there's a few important things we could go over, I guess. Your pockets start buzzing. A message. Edna checks her pocket but exhales with relief, realising the buzz wasn't coming from her phone. That was yours. Leave it for later. Very discreetly check your phone. You manage to fish out your phone on your side and check the notification. It's from Pete. Hey man, super hyped for the show. Good luck. Good luck, have fun. Good luck. Gonna try and find a spot at the front. Made a shirt too. Thanks for the support, man. You tap away and send off the text. Edna either doesn't care or actually doesn't notice. You handled that like a ninja. Go on. She squints at you and then continues. You know what bombing is? Yeah, do you? Would I ask if I didn't? What about killing it? Doing well? Bingo. Next one, she squints at you. You know what clapter is? I do. She believes you. Alright, then you know how much it sucks. It's bullshit pandering. Just getting a positive reaction for your own gain. She puts on a low voice. Government is bad. Duh. Religion sucks. Herder. Nowadays people get upset about everything. She switches back to her regular pitch. Everyone cheers and now everything is on your side. The right side. If you have people on your side, they'll want to laugh. They assume you're making fun of whoever they don't like. It's easy laughs, cheap laughs. Don't do it. Got it. A moment of silence passes as Edna cools down. She's clearly passionate about her craft. She takes a breather, but with something very obviously on her mind. So, got any friends in the audience? You guys? Besides me, Alan Clay. My best friend is coming. Right. Word of advice, don't invite friends and family to your shows. Not unless they're unbearably supportive about it. You're putting on something of a persona on stage. It's very counterproductive to have someone who knows the real you in the crowd. Anyway. Edna checks her phone. Time's up. You're on. I'm ready. No, you're not. Good luck. Okay. All of us, presumably, but I blame Edna. Okay, toilet. Haha, very funny. Who's the comedian? I can't even reach that high, arsehole. Okay. You were talked into performing on the opening night of the Poseidon. You'll need 3 good jokes. When you're ready, return to the Poseidon and let the triad know. Okay. Sounds of blurs of lights pass by. The crowd is murmuring and chattering, and from your position backstage you see the microphone cradled in its holder atop the stand and spotlight beaming down over it. The corrugated metal glistens like polished silver in the light, like a trophy or some long-forgotten precious artifact, only now to be discovered. It's just a microphone. Of course it's a microphone. Doesn't mean you can't think of it as something more. Alright, let's go. You step out on the stage. You're up. Greet everyone and thank them for coming. Thanks for coming out, everyone. I'm Clam Man. You're all welcome to the Poseidon. Hope you're ready for some serious laughs. Welcome to the Poseidon, everyone. Hope you're having a great time tonight and enjoy yourselves. Tilda's in the bar all night serving up delicious drinks. Hey, everyone, please divert your attention to the 3 people in the booth over there for making all this happen. The crowd turns in applause, more polite than enthusiastic. Everyone in the tribe disliked that. I just wanted to acknowledge their hard work. They've done a great job and they need to know it. Clayton smiles as well as he can, shrugging off the applause. Al looks a little uncomfortable. Edna slides your finger across your throat and points at you. Say nothing after the applause dies out, gets right into your jokes. Pete lets out a loud, woo, yeah! A few audience members scoff at him, but he doesn't mind. Oh. Food fight? Food fight. I want to talk about my relationship with food. Because we all have relationships with food, right? We all think about food and make it and cook it. I thought about it a lot lately and I've come to a conclusion. Relationships with food are short, fleeting, and only serve to pleasure and sustain you. Food is a one-night stand. Grins and chuckles spread through the audience. You've piqued some interest. You've caught the attention of the triad as well, and especially Clayton seems to be interested to see where you take this. Mime a scene where you pick up food. You lean up against an imaginary fridge and wink at the contents. Girl, what's your name? Sliced processed turkey, huh? That's beautiful. You lean in and whisper, what say we put you in a sandwich? So the turkey just blushes and responds, I don't know, I'm pretty high in sodium. You know it, girl, because you got my heart pumping. The audience cracks up as you shove the imaginary turkey into your face. Okay, Clay +1. In the corner of your eye, you see Clayton laugh too, nodding along with a wide grin. He must have appreciated the physical approach. Good job, Chief, you nailed this one. What's next? I keep opening the wrong thing. Lydia Scale, why it's fun to lie to kids. So I lied to a child recently. Double takes from the audience. Did he say that? Why? All eyes on you. Eyebrows are raised even among the triad. Edna seems to be excited where this one is going. Elaborate why lying to children is great. Come to think of it, what's so bad about lying to children? Self-awareness. I don't know, this isn't going well. From the front line you hear a familiar voice pipe up. It's okay, dude, we all make mistakes. Ignore Pete. He seems unsure whether or not you heard him, but after looking around and seeing the attention he just got, he decides to not speak up again. He falls back into his seat, a little embarrassed and a little disappointed. Joke bombed! Okay, we're done here. This was a bomb. Face it. Let's just move on. Staring down traffic. So, traffic. The audience seems mildly intrigued. If anything, their level of excitement is exactly what's appropriate for your setup. Your delivery so far has been dry, which catches Al's attention. Get to the joke. Oh, fuck it! You were walking down the street and, well, something silly happened, something involving traffic. And I almost got hit by a car. I didn't, which is nice. I mean, could you imagine? Grin too much. Someone in the back calls out, get to the joke. Alright, never mind. Time to get on with... wait, do you feel that? Feel what? That burning, the numbness in your limbs, the moistness on your forehead, all of those eyes on you. No, not at all. Okay, let's get back to tomorrow. This tomorrow. Something's up. Something's wrong. Anyway, bad joke. Didn't land. Let's not linger on it. Keep going just like that car did. Finish set. Open your inventory. Drag the jokes you want to tell. time to wrap it up. I want to tell more jokes. Look, they told you 3 jokes was enough, so that's all we're doing. Besides, continue the fact you're sharing this stage, let the next performer go. That's all from me, have a great evening. Some applause and a few cheers, nothing major but appreciative. Pete gets up cheering, yeah, you did it, that was awesome, man. A few people in the crowd around him laugh, but he doesn't care, he's just really happy for you. Wink at him. Pete is a beacon of absolute joy. He's so stoked right now, he's probably flammable. He nods and sits back down. Walk off. You make your way back to the shadows backstage. So is the dice actually randomized? Or is it set in the game that you have to bomb? Or is it the certain selections of the jokes will always bomb? After you get off stage, the night seems to pass in a flash. Moments flow and fade into existence and memory. Pete congratulating you in his typical, excitable way. The performance of the triad following your opening, chuckles and laughter. Before you know it, the night is over. The club starts clearing out and Clayton ushers you outside along with Edna and Al. The quiet, cold evening in the alley behind Poseidon is a welcome contrast to the noisy heat of the club's interior. You, along with your newfound peers, step outside with the drinks in hand. Clayton takes a long swig from his glass and rests the entire weight against the railing. Inhale, exhale, and smile on his face. After making his way down the stairs, Al pops down on the trunk of the alleyway mammoth and lifts his glass to toast the giant. Edna swings herself from the top railing in one fell swoop, dangling and clanking her feet against the bolsters, as if controlling bursts of excess energy. The Poseidon survived its first night. Morale is good. A toast is made. In a relaxed, muted manner, it's obvious that for some, a giant weight has been lifted. Some comments and feedback are shared, and eventually eyes are on you and your set.
Well, how does it feel?
I'm fine. Al reaches over and pats you on the back.
Still sinking yet? You had friends in the audience, right? They'll remind you.
He grins and takes a sip of his beer.
What about your set? How do you think it went?
Could have gone better. Most of your jokes didn't land, that's to be expected. First time on stage, first time telling jokes. Here's the thing, you got one good laugh, and that's more than most people do on their first time. That's one good joke more than some comics land throughout their entire career, she continues, muttering. Being funny is far from what makes you successful, unfortunately. Hear, hear. Don't worry, man, it gets easier. Outside the alley, you hear more people leaving the club. They're laughing and enjoying themselves. The 4 of you look among yourselves. People seem to have a good time regardless.
And for the record, I think you'll fit in great here. You seem like a good guy to me.
He lifts his glass approvingly. You seem like a great guy too, Clay. Thanks.
Glad to have you on board.
Clayton +1. He gives you a warm, appreciative smile. Glad to have you on board.
Thanks for all the help, man.
Don't mention it.
Whatever. I'm not all mush-mush like these 2 softies. I've got my eye on you, Clammy. One wrong move, and I'm stealing your shoes and filling them with pudding.
She's only half joking. But she's just as happy to have you on board as me and Clay.
Yes. Thanks for all your help.
Somehow the squinting intensifies. It's one of the squintiest squints you've ever experienced. Squint back at her. What's your favourite kind of pudding? Chocolate, what's yours? Revenge! Edna +1. She snorts, revealing a wide smirk. Touché. More toast, more cheers. Morale is good. Flashes of the horror lived in your first steps on stage are dimmed and muted by a newfound sense of belonging. A secret society, a ragtag gang of outlaws paving their own way. Feels pretty good. So, dude, ready to do the same thing tomorrow? One tiny thing though, usually we work on sets for ages, years. Al draws circles in the air, rewriting, reworking. It usually takes a long time until you have a set you're happy with and that consistently lands. We want to do new material every single night. That's fine, I still have a few jokes. Good, you'll need them, and still more. We know it's not ideal, it's tough, and it's going to get tougher as we go. But we have faith in you. And tons of material for ourselves to use. She's messing with you. We're all going to do the same thing. But we really do have tons of material for ourselves to use. If you want to keep going, you've got a spot here at the Poseidon every night. Hell, if you want to take more part in running the club, that would be great too. Promos, interviews, podcasts, She Shudders, maybe even talk shows. What do you say? You son of a bitch, I'm in! One last cheer, morale is good. You listen as the last few guests leave the club, laughing and loudly hailing cabs. A siren wails somewhere in the city. A message from Pete buzzes in your pocket. That was so cool, dude. Had to leave before because work tomorrow, but let's get some breakfast tomorrow morning, alright? Best friend breakfast, let's go. Guess you're a comedian now, huh? Do you feel prepared for your new life? Fuck yes, I'm so on board. The end of day 1.